everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is the video you have all been waiting for the past week. You guys have been sending in your questions for my Q&A video, and that is right, today this video is that Q&A. So we have about 20 good questions from you guys, the viewers. I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. So let's just get straight into it with the first question from Fran Tufo, which is, what is your favourite FIFA? So that can be from any of the FIFA, so FIFA 20, 19, 18, etc. There is quite a lot to choose from. I can't really remember, because I would have played ones like FIFA 14 for a bit, but I can't remember them fully. I know I quite like FIFA 16, FIFA 20 is a bit dead, but I'd say FIFA 16, I'm not too sure though. A lot of them are good and some of them aren't as good. The next question is from Ethan, and it is another FIFA related one. It is, which games do you play other than FIFA? So for me mainly is Ultimate Team and FIFA 20 right now. I used to play Fortnite, not as much, definitely not as much anymore. To be honest, there isn't really any other games. I've got games like Rocket League, which I also rarely play. So yeah, I'm not too sure really. There isn't many games other than FIFA that I'm currently playing, but it does change as other games come out and stuff. But for now, it is pretty much just FIFA. Next up, we do have a few questions from Gaming Foster. The first one being, do you think the Premier League should get void? And yeah, I kind of do think it is, although I think the top four right now should get the Champions League spots for the season. And I think there should be 22 teams in the Premier League, so I'm not sure who would get promoted, who are currently at the top in the Championship. It may be Leeds and another team. So I think next season there should be 22 teams in the Premier League. The top four right now should get the Champions League spot, because realistically it's kind of unsafe for the Premier League to go back. Also, if someone got coronavirus, the whole team has to go into isolation, so that team may not be able to play. Someone could die from the coronavirus, which isn't a great way to think about it, but there could be lawsuits and stuff like that. It's just all a bit of a mess, and football isn't that important. Obviously, we want to get it back as soon as possible, but as long as it's safe. So I think it should go void. I think we should go back next season. But the next question from Gaming Foster is, who is my favourite footballer? And I don't really have one particular one. I have a few favourites from different leagues. In Bundesliga, I like Alphonso Davies, a young left-back for Bayern. My favourite player for Chelsea, I'm not sure who it is, maybe Tomori, Pulisic. I don't have a favourite one. I've definitely got players I prefer than others, but at the moment I don't really have one that stands out for me. I also like Haaland. You know, any player that scores goals, they may be young, exciting, they are pretty decent for me. And our final question from Gaming Foster is, do you prefer PS4 over Xbox? And the answer is yes, I do prefer PS4 over Xbox. I'm not too much into the console wars stuff, so I'm not too bothered which way it goes, but I've had a PS4, PS3, the PS4 consoles for, well, those are the only consoles I've ever had, so PS4 for me is the better console, but I don't really mind. Next, we do have a very juicy question, and it is from Rudy. It shouldn't really be like that juicy, but for me, it's going to end up being, it is thoughts on Liverpool Football Club. And before I go into it, I have respect for Liverpool, well, little respect for them, but they're obviously a decent team at the top of the Premier League. They almost went unbeaten, so I'm not totally against them. And if you're a Liverpool fan, you know, stay subscribed. But my thoughts on them, they're not my favourite club in the world, probably one of my least favourite ones. I don't know, I feel like a lot of their players are really overrated, like, I don't know, Van Dijk, basically every player they have, Van Dijk, Alisson, flipping Joe Gomez, Robertson, Trent, they all seem to be, I don't know, I feel like everyone says they're much better than they actually are. Also, I mean, obviously they had great history since, well, I think they've won the Division 1 title 19 times. The only team that have done that more times is Manchester United with 20 times. But since it was renamed to the Premier League, they haven't won it once, which is quite funny. And obviously, they haven't been great since then. The Gerrard slip, all these things have added up to Liverpool not being the best team in the world until now, where they're rebuilding again. But things have been going against them. So I'm not a huge Liverpool fan at all, but they're not an awful team, I can't deny it. Next, with a question from Oliver the King is, do you play for a football team, like a local one or any football team? No, I don't at the moment. I've tried for a few, haven't enjoyed it that much. Maybe I will one day. Also, he asked, what is my favourite football position to play in? So I play for a lot in like PE in school and stuff like that, so I end up playing football kind of any position other than defence. I don't mind playing like centre mid, in midfield, or up front striker or winger, anywhere really. My preferred position is probably cam, centre, attacking mid, but I don't have a huge preference over that. Next up, in a new location in the bedroom, is a question from Rafiz Plays, and he does ask, how long have you been playing football for? So I don't know, I can kind of remember supporting Chelsea from around year 1, year 2, and I guess I was playing football just in PE when I was maybe in reception, nursery, and enjoyed it. I wasn't really brought up with football in that way, but properly I've been playing it, like enjoying it good for the maybe last 5 years, but obviously the first time I would have played football would have been longer than that. Next, a few questions from Torrin Mikhail Barrett. I'm sorry I pronounced it wrong, I probably did, my apologies. But he just asked, which editing software do you use? I actually film and edit on my iPhone 8. Sometimes I edit on my computer, but not as much. And it is iMovie, so yep, I edit on iMovie. He also asked, why did you private a lot of your old videos? I mean, at the end of the day, they're old videos that they're not really relevant anymore, you know, they're quite cringe and they're not the best quality videos, so I'm sticking to the more recent ones. I put a few of them back up, you know, like football events and the main ones, but a lot of them I did private for that reason, really. And a final other question from him is asking if I still collect match stats, and the answer is kind of no. Sometimes I get a few magazines, I put them in like an old tin or something, but I am collecting this season these stickers thing, which I have done a few videos on. But not right now, I am not collecting match stats. Next question, though, is from Connor Alexander, and he just asked, what is your most expensive pop vinyl? These are Funko Pop vinyl figures. You might have seen them in display in my room. They're basically these things. You can get them of footballers, movie characters, lots of different characters from random things. But my most expensive one is meant to be, if I take it down for you without causing too much of a mess. Oh dear. Is meant to be this exclusive Darth Vader one. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but it was special edition, so yeah, that one's meant to be my most expensive in my collection. But my favourite figure I have is this Eden Hazard figure. He obviously left Chelsea, but I like that one as it reminds me of the Belgians' time at the club. Next question is a bit of a different one from Alfie Charman, and he asks, would I rather swim with sharks or go paragliding? I'm going to say I'd rather go paragliding, you know, be a bit of a rebel. I feel like swimming with sharks would be, if I didn't have protection, more dangerous, so I do the paragliding thing instead. Next question from Matrix Fatey asks, do you think the FIFA 20 starting prices, the FIFA starting prices are too high when they're released a new game every year? And they probably are. I mean, they're like 60 quid, 50 quid, but obviously EA are quite a money-sucking company. A lot of the big games that come out are, I know, like NBA 2K, I think WWE 2K, games like that, do come out at a similar price as well, and it's probably mainly because they can, so they sell it for the highest price they can, and then people are always going to buy it, and obviously they sell things like FIFA points as well, so they probably are too high, but they do put you'd like to think they put a lot of effort into the game, but yeah, it's not cheap. Another question from Rudy asks, what is my favourite national cuisine? And there is quite a few I like. I guess I like American, Chinese, Indian, all that stuff is quite nice. I probably don't really have a favourite. I don't have them all that often. Maybe Chinese takeaway is nice. American food is just American food. It's pretty good as well. So I'm not going to have a favourite. But yeah, I'd say those are probably my top 3. I don't know. That's a good question. And another question from Connor asked, are you looking for different types of content, not just gaming and commentary? This channel is always going to be a football-based channel. Always has been, always will be. Maybe that's going to be gaming, maybe that's trading cards, trading stickers, doing openings, talking about football. I try to fit as many of those things in as I can, but at the same time, obviously, we're always allowing variety, so if you do have any video ideas, maybe a series we could start again, like the Weekend Lockdown one, or I also try and do some vlogs, or anything really, let me know down below if you do have some maybe video ideas. But for now, we can switch it up, but it's mainly going to be based around football. And now our final question from PieBear07 is, who is your favourite musician? And I'm going to give you my top 3, not in no particular order. My top 3 favourite musicians are, I like Lewis Capaldi, Stormzy, and believe it or not, Harry Styles. Not too many rappers like, you know, XXXTentacion and people who are into that these days. I'm more like, you know, those people. I like Lewis Capaldi's songs like Bruises, Before You Go, Someone You Loved, of course. Stormzy's songs like Shut Up and Vossi Bop, I like those. And also I do have actually Harry Styles' Fine Line album. So there we go. I like his songs as well. My favourites are probably, let's say it's Light Up and watermelon sugar. So there you go. Thank you everybody for submitting your questions. If I haven't answered yours, or you have suddenly came up with another one, feel free to ask it in the comments and I will most likely read it and maybe respond to your comment with my answer if I couldn't fit it in the video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Here is my Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, I know I've got TikTok. I don't know what you think about that, but you can check it out if you want some little football stuff. Nothing much. Anyway, bye bye everybody. See you next time. Stay safe and yeah, bye bye. And before we go, I thought I'd just like to give a quick shout out to a few people. Start giving these shout outs out again, creating this type of community thing. So I'm giving shout outs to James Lewis, Lewis Smith, John Conway, Charlie Stevens, and the one, the only Lottie Pike. So that's pretty much for the people who have been in the comment sections in and around it recently. So maybe if you'd like to get shouted in the next video, for those of you who I just shouted out that have videos on the channel, I'll leave a link to them in the description below. So to make sure, go check the videos out, maybe comment on them, subscribe, let's get it going. And if you'd like a shout out in videos coming up, maybe, I don't know, some positivity, get conversations going, I'm not too sure, but thanks and bye.